General Dynamics Land Systems and the US Army are developing a preliminary design of the new M1A3 Abrams tank. During its development, the tank will be labeled M1E3, experimental, featuring lower weight and drone protection. Let's understand the designation of US combat vehicles. In the case of M1A2, the letter M stands for model and A for alteration. So M1A2 is abbreviated as Model Number 1, Alteration Number 2. The letter E refers to weapon systems developed based on an already established model. The letter X, experimental, indicates a new weapon system. The letters E and X disappear after the development phase. Ultimately, it will be designated as M1A3 Abrams. General Dynamics is currently working on the preliminary design of the M1A3. It is conducting a detailed analysis of the US Army's requirements and proposing the basic structure of the tank, including its main components and their interactions. The goal is to introduce the M1A3 into service before 2030, alongside the infantry fighting vehicle M30. It will be really beneficial for the Army if the M30 combat vehicles and M1E3 tanks are deployed simultaneously, said Brigadier General Jeffrey Norman, head of the Next Generation Combat Vehicle Cross-Functional Team. Senior Army officials will be pressing us to try to synchronize schedules. Whether that can be achieved is now an open question. The Critical Design Review Assessment for the new American infantry fighting vehicle will take place this year. The US Army will select the winning solution from two competing firms, General Dynamics and Rheinmetall Vehicles. At the end of fiscal year 2027, or the beginning of fiscal year 2028, sometime in the fall of the calendar year 2028. Meanwhile, the US Army and General Dynamics will begin working on the preliminary design of the M1A3. Extensive use of mature and/or commercially available technologies can be expected. The development of entirely new technologies, in the spirit of the Future Combat Systems program, is expected to be minimized. General Norman states a more solid development schedule for the M1A3 will be established in the fall. However, the initial design phase will take several years. Designing and building a prototype of a new combat vehicle is the simpler and faster part of developing a new weapon system. The most complex, expensive, and time-consuming part is testing, verifying the interactions of all components, interaction of the vehicle with other systems of the Army combat formation, and especially making adjustments and retesting. General Norman said the M1E3 is a proposed change in the engineering solution in terms of requirements, but with a different design approach to meet the existing requirements. It will be a completely differently configured Abrams than what we currently have. Official Army specifications for the M1A3 are not known. However, one of the main goals is to reduce the combat weight of the Abrams from the current 66 to 54 metric tons. Let us look into the M1A3 tank upgrades. The M1A3 tank will be equipped with an autoloader, a new power unit, crew situational awareness systems, iron vision, enhanced command and control capabilities, high-speed networking, artificial intelligence applications, the ability to combat robotic vehicles and camouflage to reduce visual, thermal, and electromagnetic signatures. The tank's main armament will still consist of a smoothbore 120mm cannon connected to a 7.62mm machine gun. The focus will be protection against guided missiles, reactive grenades, and drones. This will include modern electronic warfare systems, likely reactive armor, and active protection systems for direct destruction of enemy projectiles and drones. The Army is also considering remotely controlled weapon modules with machine guns or cannons capable of targeting and destroying small drones. The latest Israeli Active Protection System Trophy and Iron Fist versions will provide additional protection against drones. The US Army is closely monitoring experiences from Ukraine, particularly concerning FPV drones carrying RPG warheads attacking vehicles relatively weaker upper armor. While tanks have strong frontal protection, addressing vulnerabilities in upper armor is crucial. General Norman emphasized the importance of protecting against attacks from above, side, front, rear, and underneath the vehicle, especially against the threat posed by FPV drones. These developments aim to ensure the M1A3 tank remains a formidable asset on the battlefield, well equipped to counter evolving threats and maintain operational superiority. The Abrams is exceptionally well protected against direct fire from other tanks and combat vehicles, said Norman. However, the Abrams was not designed against threats attacking from above. The Abrams, and in fact any main battle tank, is most effective when attacking or in a situation where it can be constantly moving, Norman added. However, if a tank remains stationary, it becomes vulnerable. The M1A3 with an autoloader will only have a 3-person crew and, thus, a significantly redesigned turret and workspace. The tank will likely get a modern diesel engine, probably with some form of hybridization, at least at the mild hybrid level. In addition to the new propulsion system, the in-arm hydropneumatic suspension will most likely be used. According to all indications, the new American tank will not have a commander's hatch in the turret. This makes room for additional protection, sensors, active protection system, or a weapon module, but does not allow the commander to pop out of the hatch when moving or in combat. This is a major limitation of situational awareness. Now, do you think M1A3 is just another T-90 with Israeli protection systems? Let us know in the comments. We discuss such interesting topics every day. Please like, share, and subscribe for more such stories in the future.